Hello, Lappies and gentlemen. It is your humble host, Lil Lappy, coming to you live from the haunted Airbnb house that I've been living in for like 3 weeks. And today, I'm coming to you with a cry for help. And I'm not gonna be like, one of those YouTubers who's like crying, like, oh my god, forgive me. I'm sorry for what I did. No, dude. It's crazy. Life is crazy for me right now. And I'm gonna need your help. But this house is haunted. But before I come to you with that cry for help, I want to let you know who I am, what I'm about, what this is about, what Lil Lappy is, because a lot of you are kind of new here. A lot of you are kind of new to this, new to what I do, new to who I am, and everything that I'm about, you know? It's deeper than, oh, it's trap music, it's fun. No. No, no, no. There is a reason why I wake up every day and try to rap. There's a reason why I get up and write raps. Because honestly, when you look at it from the outside, there is no reason. I have a 0.1% chance of making it, and there are 99 other things that I could have done with my life. But all jokes aside, let's get into it. I'm going to tell you the raw and uncut story of who I am. So, basically, this is how it started. There is really no music in my family. Everybody in my family sucks at music. They're terrible. Like, nobody has any type of musical ability whatsoever. Never had they, never will they, I don't think. My dad, he used to be in a rap group, but he was so bad in the rap group that he like had no verses on the whole like rap album. I'm like, Dad, where are your verses? Like, you were in this rap group, but you have no verses. So he had no verses. He had no raps, but he was in a rap group, which is weird. So I feel like he kind of bred me to be, a crazy musician. At least that's how he describes it, you know. And so I come out of the womb. My dad's still trying to make beats on his MPC. And, having a regular childhood, lived with my mom and dad for a little while. Then, my grandparents, my aunt and my uncle, and then my grandparents, my mom and my aunt, and then, eventually just my mom. And that's how it was. Moved to Maryland from Buffalo, where I basically grew up. And, lived with my mom in Maryland, moved around a whole lot. And that was it. We found a little house. I lived there. And things were chill. First grade, second grade, kindergarten all went by fine. Third grade, that's when they should have like called the dogs in or something, because that's when I like actually became depressed. And so I became depressed in like third grade. Crazy, right? Fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade. Sixth grade, I wrote like my first little rap to make like people laugh, but it was a joke, you know. And throughout my life, throughout this whole time, I was always like an outsider. I really didn't have any like real friends, and it sucked. You know, seventh grade. Wait, let's go back. Fourth grade was my first exposure to playing music or whatever. They basically told us, hey, you can get out for like an hour if you join the school's music program. And I'm like, an hour? I get out of class for an hour? Sign me up. So Lil Lappy started playing the little flute. So I was trying to play the flute. I could not get like a single sound out of that. I have no idea why, but I sucked. And at the concert, I was just like blowing into it, trying to play the flute. I picked it back up like years later. I still suck, but I can get sounds out of it now. But yeah, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade. Seventh grade, went to a crazy school. They're like, yo, if you want to go to this school, you got to play music. So, 7th grade, start playing the saxophone, alto saxophone. This place is actually haunted. I got kind of good at it. 8th grade, played the saxophone. 9th grade, they're like, yo, I went to high school and they were like, yo, like, you basically suck at the saxophone so much that, like, you're not gonna go anywhere in our band, so you gotta play clarinet. And I'm like, okay, like, I'll play clarinet. And I loved it. I loved it to death. I loved it, like, playing the clarinet. Keep that in mind, though. It's really important because I love the clarinet. But 10th grade is where it really went down. I had no friends. I was really weird. And that's when I was like, I got into drugs. Like, really, really, really bad. Like, I started doing my little Xans, but then I became like a Xan addict. And I was like on Xans every single day. That was probably like the first time I like tried weed. I honestly only tried it because A$AP Rocky made it look cool. And then I did like acid, and I got into the drugs. And then little by little it started bringing out something weird in me, And that little bit of weirdness, I did acid once more again, and it locked in. And next thing you know, I'm hearing voices for the next 35 years of my life. So that happened. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to be a rapper. And so, I get my boy Tyron. I make some beats. I get on my little microphone or whatever, set it up, and I start rapping. And I'm thinking like, yo, this is it right here. And in one night, I made a whole mixtape. And it's still on YouTube now if you can find it. But I made a whole mixtape, right? And I'm like, yo, this is amazing. So I make this little mixtape, and I'm chilling, you know what I mean? I'm chilling like a villain. And so this dude I know now, he's like one of my producers. His name is 808 Lang. So Lang, 808 Lang, i.e. Langston, goes into my Spanish class, because we're in Spanish class together. And he's like, hey, this guy Lil Lappy has a mixtape? And so they start playing my mixtape in class. Alright? And keep in mind, I'm like 15, 16 years old. Everybody starts laughing at this mixtape that I made. And the teacher's like, yo, you suck. You should be a ghostwriter. I'm like, yo. I'm like 15. Like, why are you like this? I'm like 15. So like, I leave out the class after it's finished. I start crying. And I'm like, I'm gonna be the best rapper that they ever seen. And I thought that was, life. So I really like kind of stopped going to class. I had like a 1.6 GPA, and I just stayed in like the music room, just played my instrument, wrote my little raps. And that's what I did all day, and, sometimes didn't go to class. So, just started getting my bars up. Dropped another little mixtape, dropped another little mixtape, dropped another little mixtape, dropped a big mixtape. And, I was moving up in bands. I was probably in the second highest band at that school. And, was living life. I was at a private school that had no women, so like that made me crazy. That's another story for another day. But they did not like me in high school. And people were really mean to me. I would get like bullied. You know what I mean? Like they used to call me the cheese man. They used to slap me in the back of my head and like just stupid stuff, and just roast me. I came into school with like Jordans and all of that, and they would roast me, and I'd be like hurt, So basically, one day I got really sick of it. And because music wasn't really anything more than an outlet to me, even though I was starting to like rap a little, I was kind of good. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna like diss all of these people. I'm basically gonna like threaten to shoot these people. And so, something happened, something went down. People were talking trash, and then the school's like, yo, like, we're gonna kick you out. But before they kicked me out, they suspended me, told me that they weren't gonna kick me out. And then they had this thing saying the school was in danger on the school website. They had helicopters at the school, police at the school. People were saying I was on the roof trying to like shoot up the school. And I'm like, what, bro? I'm at home eating lobster ravioli. And you guys are running around the school hiding in the bathrooms from me like I'm shooting it up. No, I'm at home. So the police come into my house. And they're like, yo. I'm like, they ring on the doorbell, and I'm like, yo, why are the police here? So I don't open the door, but my mom comes home from work, opens the door, and the police start searching my room, and I'm like, oh crap, I have hella drugs. I have hella drugs. But they weren't looking for drugs, they were looking for guns, and they did not find any guns. It was just surprising. So I still had all my drugs. And got kicked out of the school. My mom is like a crazy woman. So, lived with my grandparents because I couldn't get into any other school. Lived with my grandparents down in Buffalo. And that's basically where my life happened. Like, before that, just imagine me as like a fetus. I'm just like a fetus with no soul, just rolling around on the ground. That's basically what I was. I wasn't anything. So, get to my grandparents' house. So my grandma, my grandpa, my aunt, and their 2 kids who I love dearly. So we get there, I get there, and boom. Going to this new school with like actual women, and so I'm like, women. And they were like good looking women too, so I was like hype. And that's what happened. I joined school's band. They made me join the marching band. I made a couple friends, and it was cool. It was really cool. I was at the top band of the school, but school band like sucked really, really, really bad. And it's not like they sucked. Like, they were probably like really good. It was the top band at the school. I bet they were really good. But I was just so good at playing that clarinet that like it like kind of sucked to me. So I was playing in there. Next year comes by. I was playing in the little fair band, and that was pretty cool. And I'm still rapping at the time, still rapping, making diss songs about kids in school, all type of things. Just rapping, having a good time, rapping, talking to women, rapping, making friends, rapping. Next year comes by, still rapping, making diss songs about kids at school, rapping, getting in school suspension, rapping. But I liked the school, like I loved the school. Like, we had gym class, and we had like mad fun. It was all fun. I loved it. I fell in love with a girl. But then when I fell in love with this girl, something snapped in me, and I'm like, I'm Lil Lappy now. And I became Lil Lappy after talking about it for like months and months. There was something that changed in my demeanor, the way that I thought, and the way that these voices would like come around in my head and have a good time. A lot changed. I became a different person almost instantly, and it was weird, and that's why I still write songs about this girl even though it's 35 years later, because that whole relationship changed my life even though I'm like extremely toxic. It changed my life, so I became Lil Lappy. And it became more than just being a rapper named Lil Lappy. It was like my brain and my spirit changed at the same time that I made the conscious decision to try to be happy and not be depressed. But I became Lil Lappy, and the whole style of music that I made changed because I like listened to like one Lil Yachty song and I was like, "What is this? This is the best thing I've heard in my life." I listened to Lil Yachty and it changed me, and so, you know, became Lil Lappy, and it was cool. It was really cool. You know, that little relationship ended or whatever. It broke me in half. I started doing like hydros, and that kind of made me like a zombie. But during my zombification, I came up with like my own genre of music that's like, it's like kind of like a mix between bubblegum trap and like neoclassical, new age, and I call it hydrogen classical. Hilarious, Lil Lappy, you know, and so that came of it, and I thought that was really cool. Like now I have this cool genre of music that only I have. It's amazing. A lot of thotties say I sound like Bon Iver, like John Bellion. I'm like, you thoughts are crazy, but I get it, you know. And so following that year, you know, kept playing my instrument. Went to college, kept playing that little instrument. Loved it. Joined a jazz band, loved it, did concerts, all that. My little high school girlfriend left me, hurt my like whole soul. Found this new girlfriend, she was kind of trash, but it was a relationship and it worked. So you know, as all of this goes on, I am maturing mentally and emotionally and spiritually, and I'm finding my way. Keep that in mind. I'm not just like living life. No, I'm coming to a lot of very important conclusions that I will tell you after this. So, year after that, girl breaks up with me for no reason because she wants to be a hoe. Um, and so triggers my depression. Boom. So I basically drop out of that school, out of real school. And during that summer, when after that girl broke up with me, my depression hit. Like, this was like a depression that I've never known. It's like everything in your life becomes gray. You lose all feeling, all will, all everything. You don't even feel the pain. You just kind of exist in everything, and everything is dark. It's a feeling that I can't even really explain. Cause there's prolonged sadness, depression, and then there's this whole mutant feeling that you experience. And so that's what I was experiencing. And I'm like, yo, January 1st, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna shoot myself in the head because this sucks and I cannot survive like this. This is a depression that I've never, ever in my life known. So, time goes by, summer goes by. I'm rapping, and I'm having a good time rapping, you know. I'm making some great music, you know. And making some great music, having a great time. But keep in mind, I'm depressed. So I'm making depression music. And I'm just like randomly rapping about like being rich and lit and stuff. And January 1st comes, I start crying my eyes out, like really, 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 like just envisioning myself killing myself over and over and over and over and over again. Just thinking about it, just over and over and over again. And I was really considering doing it. And I really wanted to do it, and it hurt, and I felt that pain, you know. But as time went on, I got better at life, kind of. I began to meditate, I began to journal, you know, just wanting to improve who I was. Then after that, went to a school I found on YouTube. That was probably the worst decision of my life and a waste of money. Lived with a crazy roommate, and that was that. It was a terrible time in Arizona, man. I lived in Arizona. All the women there are trash. The weather is trash. The people are trash. Everybody's like high, like 24 hours a day. It was trash. But they did have Carl's Jr., and I love Carl's Jr. They got great chicken tenders. The best chicken tenders that I've had in my life. And Del Taco was pretty cool. And now I'm here. I finished the school, did a whole lot, lost a whole lot of friends, and now I'm broke. So that's that. That's my life. That is my life. Depressed. Whole load of mental health issues, broke, and alone. That's Lil Lappy for you. So, what to make of all this? What did I learn from all this? What are my goals? How have I progressed? Basically, I am what they call a Unitarian, meaning that I believe in everything. I believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Buddha. I believe in Buddhism. I believe in all of that. I believe it's all real. But I am Christian, but I'm like hella spiritual. So, I carry around things like this, and talk to demons and stuff and all of that. And so basically I have a whole woman living inside of me, basically, and talk to her and she gives me advice and stuff. And that's Lil Lappy. Lil Lappy is me telling you what this whole spirit inside of me is saying. It's me communicating that to you. And so that's that. But what are my goals? All right. I believe in a utopia. I believe a utopia can be achieved in America by killing like 10 people and moving around some money, basically. And that is very true. What Republicans think is that we don't have any money. We can't do this. We can't do that. We don't have any money. No. Basically, all of this money that we could use to pay off our debt and pay for different things that we could use as a people is going into a military that we don't use. We're not using this military for anything other than to look cool. We are being threatened by China and Russia. And we have all this military stuff, and we're being threatened. It makes no sense. Like, drop a bomb. No, they're not dropping bombs. So, we're funneling all of this money into this. And the thing is, we should get along with other nations. We should. We should all be on the path to making this a more green and a more positive world for everybody. But if not, we should not. We have no reason to be threatened. But we are. And What sucks is that we're putting all of our money into this military to be threatened. But forget about that, because I know some of you are Republican, hardcore. The rest of our money is being funneled into these different bank accounts, and it's not being accounted for. We have billionaires and trillionaires in this country, and taxing them what they are meant to be taxed would literally be enough for all of these different things that we could have as a country, and the thing is, I'm not saying this because I want it, and no, I'm saying this because these are things that we need, right? We need people to be educated in a higher way. That's why the rap game is so polluted. It's because there are people who did not have the luxury of getting an education. They did not have the luxury of doing anything. And so what are they trying to do? Make some money through rap, even though they were not created to be artists. So I feel like what we can do is get all of our money back, put this towards mental health, put this towards education, put this towards, housing and agriculture. Just making sure that everybody who lives on this earth is okay. I feel like it is a human right to have education, higher education. It is a human right to have food. It is a human right to be happy. It is a human right to belong. And that is why I'm here, and that is why I'm rapping. That's why I'm rapping. I don't care about rap. Like, of course, I have that heritage, and I carry the honor of rappers from years ago, dead souls. That's what I carry. But this ain't about rap. That ain't why I'm here. And if it was, rap would just be a hobby to me, I'm here for the well-being of my people and of all people, and that's why I work so hard at what I do, because this is all I have. In 10th grade, I chose to throw away, being able to maybe be a scientist or a doctor or something to rap, And so I chose to rap. And now that I have all these things of wanting to better everybody, I'm like, yo, how can I do that with rap? Well, you get some money, you push some money around, you make some changes, you make the right moves, you do the right things can be fixed easy. So that's what I decided to do. Stupid? Yes, I know, but I'm trying to make it better now. But forget all of that. Push all of that to the side, because that's only like a third of what this is about. Another third is existing. The Juice WRLD generation, that's what I'm going to call this, the Juice WRLD generation. The Juice WRLD generation. We're sad as hell. We're sad, we're broken, and we're lost as a generation. Juice WRLD never wrapped it up. He just said, I'm sad, I do drugs, I'm sad, I do drugs. Okay, you're sad and you do drugs, but what is the next step? How are you going to finish this story? How are you going to finish telling the story? He didn't. Now he's dead. He's gone. Yeah, there's some hope at the end of the tunnel. Okay. You're dead, and you just dropped deep depression into our culture. You probably were not depressed. But this is the thing I see. Our generation is lost. They're broken and they're sad. And that's really how it is. And we're broke. But that's a whole different part of the story. Not to mention, the what do you call it? The interactions between men and women of our generation. It's done. It's done for. We are not spiritually connected to anything. Our interactions are done, and our understanding of masculinity and femininity are done. They're dead. It's all dead. We are messed up people. And I feel like if I have the power, if I have the chance, I can make things better. I can lead us into a direction, you know, to fix this, to fix what's inside. Because I've been depressed, but I do see the light at the end of the tunnel, probably just like Juice WRLD did. But it's not only that I see it, not only do I see it, but I'm walking in it. And I'm striving to be better. And I'm striving to teach other people how to be better. And I know how to be better. I know how to get there. I just need to get there. And that's another thing. But push that to the side as well. The third thing is, rap game is messed up. Rap game is done. It is done for. Everything that you know, everybody that you listen to, every way that you listen to these people is owned by Sony, Universal, and Warner. They taught me this in school, in the YouTube school that I went to. We are owned artists. Everybody says, "Oh, I'm independent." You're not. You're not an independent artist. Independent artist does not exist. The term independent artist is synonymous with digital aggregator. You are not independent. We need this freedom now. As artists, we need it. We need to free the message. We need to free the real musicians, and we need to free that money. Because that money could be funneled into so many other things, and it's being taken from us by Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes. You need to look at it. It's a big finesse. They are taking away everything that we have. It's done. It's done. I want to free that. We do not need any more Polo G. We do not need any more Lil TJ. We do not need A Boogie with the Hoodie. We do not need any artists who are not really trying to kill, you know, really not trying to inspire the youth. If you're not trying to be the most deadly and lethal, you know, musician to ever exist on this planet or inspire a generation, you should quit and you should kill yourself. I mean, you shouldn't kill yourself. No. But you should get out of the rap game. But money, this whole money thing is ruining us and it's ruining the game. So this is the whole story. This is what I was leading up to with this. All right? We need to fix the planet. All right? People need to be in school. We need to make environmentally friendly decisions. We need people's mental health good. We need people to have a sense of being and belonging. We need people to have food. We need people to have resources. We need people to have housing. That's what we need. Nobody should be working a 9-to-5 job and have nothing to their names. That is ungodly. Period. Fix this planet. Fix this America and how it operates. That's number one. Then number two, I want to help us to fix everything dirty that is inside of us. And it could be, you know, through music. It can be through, you know, different programs. It can be teaching people to be better. We need to fix what's inside of us as a generation and go somewhere with that. That's the next thing. Lead the generation to a better place. To this light at the end of the tunnel that a lot of people believe that there is. You know, make sure we're here only to uplift each other and willing to go to the greatest lengths to uplift each other. That is the generation that I am trying to create, and that is a generation that I truly believe can exist. Number three, Fix this rap game, man. This music industry is dirty. It's gross. It's disgusting. People who have no business in music at all are running the music business. And nobody realizes it. It's crazy. And all of that, all of these three goals, all of my values, and all of my beliefs, all of my morals come from this crazy life that I live. So to wrap it up, I'm asking you for help. Really. I'm asking you for help. This is my cry for help. Recently, I lost it all. And this may not be the most painful part of my life, but I kind of have nothing to my name whatsoever except a dream, except a vision, and a whole lot of pent-up anger. But this is my call for help. If I've ever made you laugh through my music, if I've ever made you feel less alone, if I've ever helped you to get through those times that feel difficult and impossible, if you've ever learned, if I've ever impacted you in any positive way, I ask you wholeheartedly to help me make this dream come true. All of this music that I make, all this music that I spend so much time on, all this music that I put so much heart and so much truth into, I need you to help me make this go somewhere. It's never gonna be through, it's how I want, like just randomly getting famous or something. I need your help. I need you to spread this message to another generation, to a new people. I need you to make this work for me so that I can make this whole life thing work for you. Because I'm telling you the truth. I really do care about you. I really do care about this planet. And I really do care about this generation. I want you to share me to whoever you know. That's my call for help. That's my cry for help. Tell your mom, your grandma, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your best friend, the person across the street who you hate the most. Tell the devil, tell all the demons, tell all the angels, tell God. Get it out there like it's your dying wish. Tell them who Lappy is. Tell them who Lil Lappy is. Tell them the music that Lil Lappy makes. Tell them the message that Lil Lappy has to send to the generation. Make Lil Lappy someone important to you. Because I can't do it without you, man. I can buy as many streams as I want off the internet. I can sign 800 million record deals today. And I could put this music all on the radio. But this will not happen without you. This cannot happen without you. So I need your help. Take me to the top. Take me to the top so that I can fulfill my destiny. Take me to the top so that I can serve you as an artist and as a cheerleader of humanity, a songbird of the earth. Take me. It's up to you. We can reach the stars together. We can make everything happen. We can reach a utopia together. I truly do believe this. This is truly what I want for us. This isn't all for my own, my own happiness, my own enjoyment. All them cars and money and women and iced out chains, that can wait. But right now, we need to be somewhere as a people. And right now, I have it in me to make that happen. So I'm asking you, one last time to help. That's all. You guys have a good day, good night. And keep your heads up, stay positive, and bump that new little Lappy. It's all gonna work out for us in the end.